Hi guys, this is an express workout to help strengthen your posture, activate your core and your glutes if you sit at a desk all day. We're going to be using the P-ball and the P-band, so let's get up and get started. First, we're going to focus on our posture, which can get rounded if you sit at a desk all day. So I want you to squeeze your shoulders back together. You're going to pull this band up towards your chest and then stretch. Let's do this 5 times. So squeeze your shoulder blades together and lengthen through your torso. Let's do 4. And what this does is it's going to activate your lats, which are on the back side of your body, as you squeeze your shoulder blades down and you lengthen them. Good. 1 more. And stay here. Now we're going to work on our core. I want you to lift your leg out to the side and pull that band, activating your oblique, and take it back in. You got 5. And sit. Lengthen and then squeeze. Lengthen through that torso. Squeeze on that left side. Let's do 3 and 2 and final 1. Good. Now take your arms down, take your leg behind you, and we're going to work on our back again. You're just going to pull your elbows back and pull them forward, keeping them nice and high in line with your shoulders. As you do this, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together, feel that activation in your back muscles, and feel your chest open each time you're rowing your elbows back behind you. Remember to not drop those elbows. Good. Now take it back to the core. You're going to lengthen your band up towards the ceiling. You're going to pull that band down towards your knees, squeezing your abs, and stretch it back behind you. Let's take it up for 5. Squeeze your abs and lengthen. It's super important to be able to have that activation in your core. If you don't, you won't be able to balance as well, and you won't have strength throughout your body, which will cause problems in your body. So you want to keep that core nice and tight by doing this balance training. Last one. And let's take it to the other side. Starting here again, I want you to pull that band down, squeezing your shoulder blades, and stretch it. You got 5, feel those lats engage, and 4, keeping tension in this band. Never let it go soft like that. Keep it nice and tight, feeling those back wing muscles right here on the back side of your body. Stretch and take you in. 1 last one. Good, now stay here, squeeze that oblique, and stretch and lengthen. Lift that leg and squeeze the side of your abs and lengthen. You got 4. Stretching. Shoulders away from your ears as you do this. That leg doesn't need to go high as long as you feel contraction on the side of your body. Final 1. And take it down. Leg behind you. Again, you're going to do that row. Elbows behind. Squeeze those elbows. Shoulders together and back. You got 5. And take it forward. And 4, elbows up nice and high. 3, shoulders away from your ears. 2, core is nice and tight, pulling that belly button towards that spine. Final 1, squeeze, and take it back up. Pull that knee tight, squeeze those abs, and lengthen and stretch. You got 5, and stretch. Again, activating that core, helping you balance and stabilize here, and stretch. 3 to go. Keep your weight in your heel, making sure not to lock your standing leg. Final 1. Stretch, squeeze, and take it down. Roll those shoulder blades back. Let's do this 3 times to open up that chest, squeezing them back together. You always want to have this opening in that chest to help relieve any tension around your neck. Last set. Roll your neck 3 times one way. Stretching out everything, especially if you're at a desk all day and you're hunched over like this. You want to open up those muscles and reverse it. Roll it down and stretch, and feels good. Grab your P-ball, and we're going to now activate more of our core and our glutes. Okay guys, now that we have the P-ball on, we're going to focus on opening up those tight hips and firing up those glutes. So you're going to start here. What you want to do is squeeze your glutes together rather than just squeezing your inner thighs. So squeeze those glutes, and we're going to sit down for 6 and squeeze those glutes as you come up, never letting go of that ball. Let's do this for 5, keeping your weight in your heels. Also, you want to activate your core by keeping it nice and tight. If someone was to come over and punch you, it would be so tight that you wouldn't feel anything. That's how activated you are in your core. Last 2. And 1. Stay down here. Squeeze your glutes for 6. Squeeze them for 5. So we're really focusing, especially in your glutes. When you sit all day at a desk, it'll go dormant on you. So by activating your glutes, by contracting them and squeezing them, you're gonna activate them. Good. Now you can take your leg to a fire hydrant at 90 degrees. If you need to, you can stabilize using the chair. You're gonna lift that leg out to the side, feeling your core tight, and as you come in, squeeze your glutes together and your leg. So open it up for 6 and squeeze, especially here. You wanna lift up nice and tall, so rather than sinking into the ball like this, keep lifting your whole body up, which will activate that core and it will create that stabilization all throughout your back region and through the front. Let's do 2 more. And take it down, drop that foot into a staggered position. And again, I want you to squeeze your glutes. Squeeze it for 6, squeeze for 5, for 4, really firing them up. 3, core nice and tight. Last 2, and 1. Good, now we're gonna loosen up those hips. I want you to open your foot to about 7 o'clock, and then you're gonna close that foot to about 11 o'clock. So this is just gonna stretch out the standing leg, getting it nice and loose. Let's do this for 6, and close. For 5, and close. So your hips point to one corner of the room, and then they point to the other corner of the room. Getting this external rotation in that hip and internal rotation, which is super important in order to not get injured. You wanna have this flexibility throughout your hips. Very good. Now take it here to the side, step that foot out, and we're just gonna stretch this inner thigh. And when you come back in, I want you to squeeze your glutes tight. So let's take it out for 6, pause, take it in, squeeze your glutes. Take it out for 5, squeeze those glutes. Imagine that there's a piece of paper between your glutes and you're squeezing on that paper, trying to prevent it from falling to the ground. Last 3, core is nice and tight as you're doing this for 2, shoulders are relaxed, and final 1. Very good. How did that feel? Let's take it to the other side. Again, starting here, squeeze those glutes, sit, and come up. It's a very small sit, pushing your butt back, keeping your weight in your heels, keeping your knees in line with your heels. Good. You got 3 to go. Keep activating those glutes. Last 2, and 1. Now you're gonna stay down here, and I want you just to squeeze for 6, squeeze for 5, for 4, 3. Keep lifting up out of that torso. Final 1. You got this. Good. Now take that leg out to the side, and again, I'm not gonna hold it this time, but if you need to hold that chair, you're more than welcome to. Take it down and squeeze. Let's do this for 6, and squeeze. For 5, and you may be kind of wobbly right now, but the more you do this, the more you practice balance training, the better you're gonna get, I promise you. Just be consistent. It takes around 1 to 2 months to really get those muscles to fire up in that body and help you balance. Final 1, drop it down, and again, squeeze those glutes for 6, squeeze for 5, for 4, for 3. So you're not doing this with your thighs, you're just squeezing those glutes, and that's what's creating that activation. Final 1, and stretch it out. We're gonna open that hip, take it externally rotating and internally rotating. Let's do this for 6, squeeze, and take it in. For 5, most people don't do this in real life, but this is a super important movement to have throughout your hips so that you have full range and full mobility. It'll keep you strong and it'll prevent you getting injured in the long run. So stretch out those hips, get them nice and loose. Final 1. Good. Now you're gonna take it out to the side. Final stretch. I'm gonna move this chair out of the way and come in and squeeze. Take it out. Feel that inner thigh stretch and squeeze. You got 4, and squeeze, and 3. Squeeze those glutes together, core tight, shoulders relaxed, and your final 1 for your awesome desk job. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.